Alright, so hey, what is going on, guys? It is RJ here, and I'm back with another video today. Today's video is going to be pretty simple, nothing too crazy. This is more for the athletes who are still in high school. Basically, this video is just a how to get recruited video. In my experience, mine's a lot different than most people who get recruited. So for me, basically what I did was I didn't have many offers coming out of high school. I ran one season of club in between finishing high school and starting my collegiate career. And from that, said a lot more PRs in all my events, got faster, jumped farther. And from that, I kind of went onto Instagram and I DM'd a lot of these schools on Instagram. I did that my way, just as a way to stand out, be different from everybody else, which was a big help in getting noticed. I reached out to a lot of schools, probably like 50 schools. And DMing people on Instagram and schools and coaches on Instagram was what got me the majority of my offers when I was in my recruiting stage. It got me way more offers than the traditional way of meeting coaches in person and talking to them there, getting them to come up to me, getting scouted. Because being from Canada, there's not a whole lot of scouting that goes on back home, especially for like American schools, NCAA, NAIA, any division, whatever it is, JUCO. There's not a whole lot of scouting that goes on back home for Canadian track and field. So I kind of tried to stand out a little bit. I reached out on Instagram, I sent emails, but Instagram was ultimately what got me recruited here to Indiana Tech. But that was my way of getting recruited. So if you want to get recruited and you're kind of in that process of going through the recruiting stage or finishing your last couple years of high school, it's best to get a start on it while you're still finishing up your high school. So you got time in the summer to do your visits, have schools reach out, stuff like that. So a good way to do that would just be simply putting yourself out there, being marketable as an athlete, posting your clips to your Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it may be. Doing that, being marketable, having yourself be able to be found is the big thing. You can do what I did, reach out to coaches and schools through Instagram DM, email, what have you. But another big thing is like these recruiting websites. Two that I can think of off the top of my head that I did use was NCSA and Torch. Both of these, I did have coaches reach out. They were useful tools to have. Streamline Athletics is another one. They were all really good tools to have. And the funny thing is like one of the schools that I had sent like a recruit questionnaire to, I did it on Streamline Athletics. And the funny thing was that like I reached out to them, did their recruiting questionnaire and all that, but I heard nothing. But when I DM'd them on Instagram, that's when I got using these websites was really beneficial to find schools that were actively recruiting. Although most schools are actively recruiting, it just depends on how many seniors they have graduating and that kind of thing, determining how many scholarship spots they have and how much spots on the team that they have. So it's really helpful in that sense. Another thing you can do is stay up to date with the schools that you're trying to go to. Follow their Instagram, follow their Twitter, find out what their standards are. A lot of these schools post standards. Some of them are more easy to find than others. For example, my school, Indiana Tech, posted their standards right up on their Instagram for walk-on, partial scholarship, full scholarship, that kind of thing. But there's websites that you can use to find rough standards for teams and schools. Some of these schools have them hidden on their athletics site. If you go in, you got to search for them, but you can find them. They are there. Some schools don't post them, but a lot of schools do, and that's good to kind of benchmark where you should be as an athlete. It becomes really helpful to find where you need to be. A big thing is like when you're choosing a school, find a school that's going to treat you right. You're not just going to be a number to them, because at the end of the day, this is a business. You are sort of a number to somebody at the end of the day. But find a school where you fit in, where the coaches treat you right, because if you're not at the right place, it's not going to be right for you, and you're going to want to transfer within your first semester. So make sure when you're talking to these coaches on the phone, over email, over text, whatever it is, that they are interested in you and not just your ability. Make sure that you have more to bring to the school than just your athletics, because if you have good academics, you're even more likely to get picked up. If you have a good GPA, if you have good grades, you're even more likely to get picked up as an athlete, which is a huge, tremendous help for someone like me who my marks were okay, but to some of these people on the team, they're kind of mediocre. And my grades was a big thing that helped me get picked up to this school that I'm at now. Lastly, go on these visits. They are so beneficial for you as an athlete. You get to learn more about the culture at the school, the environment, what the school is like. You get to check it out. You get to see their facilities, because some of these schools that I did a visit to, I was thinking I was going there, and then I get there, I do my visit, and they don't have an indoor track. They have nowhere to practice indoors. They practice in the same gym as the basketball players and the baseball players all at the same time. Make sure you're going to a place that you fit in at, the culture fits your personality, your lifestyle choices, things like that. Because if you don't go there, then you're not going to fit in, you're going to feel alone, and you're going to want to transfer, like I said before. So make sure you're staying on top of these things. Yeah, overall, it's not super hard to find a school. It's not super hard to get recruited. But you have to be able to put in the work and want to put in the work and put yourself out there to become a college athlete, because you can't just, unless you're the best of the best, number one coming out of high school, that's only going to get you so far. And even that won't get you a guaranteed school to go to post-secondary. So make sure you're putting in the work, show that you're determined, show that you want to be where you want to be, show them that this is where you need to be. And from there, it's going to be pretty easy to get where you want to be. But anyways, that has been the video. This is kind of quick. It was just a quick rundown of, how to get recruited, how I got recruited. And yeah, that's all. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to hit the like button down below. Also comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.